but one of these independent inquiries needs to be done in every town and city. Now, what we understand, we've had one in this town. The independent inquiry in this town identified over 300 Muslim men that were involved in the rape of children. We're in Telford, yeah? There's only 1,000 Muslim men. 30% of them were involved in raping children. That's what the independent inquiry, the police investigation found 200. In that police investigation, they identified 200 men that have raped children in this town, 200 Pakistani, predominantly Muslim men. If you watch episode 5 today, you will find out why there's only been 11 prosecutions. The police actively, purposely leave the victims in harm's way, where they do not protect them. Yeah. And they keep saying things have changed. All things have changed. No, they haven't. Yeah. They have not changed. You're still in cover-up mode. You're in cover-up mode. We need these independent inquiries in every town and city. The government needs to intervene. They need to interfere. So yeah. And today is episode 5. There's 1,000 victims been identified in this town. Yeah. We are on episode 5. And each episode tells a survivor story. Today's story is episode 5. So the disgusting thing that we could do 1,000 of these films in this one town. And what you see in this film is who else is affected by it. The mother, the sister. This survivor has a sister with learning difficulties who hasn't left her house for 4 years because of the gangs. Yeah? The gangs still run this town. They've set fire to everything. They blew up my car. They blew up survivors' houses. None of them have been prosecuted. What you will see in this film, the police, they turn up, jump out of cars, they baseball bat up and attack a woman. They left their blood when they smashed the windows. No arrests. Their blood was on the car. No arrests. Their DNA. They've set fire to everything. They blew up my car. They blew up survivors' houses. None of them have been prosecuted. What you will see in this film, the police, they turn up and jump out of cars. They baseball bat up and attack a woman. They left their blood when they smashed the windows. No arrests. Their blood was on the car. No arrests. Their DNA was on the bottle from when they blew my car up. No arrests.
Wow. Final point, and I know you're going to be very busy today. Yep. Let's talk about something you love, Luton Town. Luton Town is now in the Premiership. Yeah, and do you still have a banning order that you can't go to football, or are you going to be going?
I'm back at football. This date was picked because there was no Luton fixture.
I'm
looking at the next date. It's going to be March 23rd when there's no Luton game.
So what's it like been going back to?
It's a total different conversation, but
yeah, of course.
I love football, man. It's my passion, and it's not. I just go back with my children. It's where I can bond with my children. So I'm happy to be back at football. But one thing I will say to football supporters like myself, yeah, our daughter's being raped in every town and city. Yeah, you're going to turn up on a Saturday and get angry with the men from another town over their football club. You need to be out on the streets over this. Yeah, your daughter's being raped. You need to start viewing every girl that's being raped as your daughter, because one day it's coming knocking on your door. Yeah, that's correct. This is in every town and city. Everyone needs to realise what's going on, the depth of the scale. Watch this film, and if you're watching this film today or anyone here today, the survivors here, yeah, do you know the amount of courage it must take for a lady to stand, bare all, tell all of her story? Do you know when this woman went to the police? She went to the police, she gave a statement, they arrested all these men. She went to the police and they're doing this across the country. You've got other survivors here who had a baby through rape, and then the family courts are giving them access, giving the rapist, Pakistani rapist, groomer, access to the child. There's so much wrong in this country. So, yeah.
I didn't tell me, but do what you need to do. What's the change? Go on, Tommy.
Yeah. Thank you for coming today, lads.
Right, let me turn that down for a moment. Why have I disappeared from that? Bear with me. There's that one. There's that one. Why am I not on there? That's why, because I turned it off. Right. Can you guys hear what's being played? Okay. And can you hear me?
Right, let's go.
Yeah.
Maya, what brought you here today in Telford? Why you come to Telford today?
Well, because you're not really going to get proper coverage from the mainstream media, and you have to rely on alternative media, new media to do it. Obviously, there's a couple of us here to report this and show the real side rather than what they call us.
No, super. Thank you. Well done, Maya. Thank you. Sorry about that. Signal's going in there. Hopefully you heard or what was said then.
What's up?
Absolutely, pal.
It's my turn. Yeah, how are you, mate? Oh, we met the other day, didn't we?
Thank you, Chloe. Appreciate. Hit the like, give it a share.
Right. I've just moved myself over to this side because my logo is covering me on the other side. So Rev's going as well, is he? Let's go see if I can find him. Let's see what's going on. We've got
Mike from Toulouse. Sorry. There's Tommy.
Roger. Where's Simon streaming? Because he's not streaming on his YouTube, I can see.
Trying to get a head start. There we go.
And also, I have linked up the top. I've put the name of every channel that we're streaming from on here today. So, as I've also put in the description, please go and support them by giving them a like or a subscribe. Simon Evans. All right.
Oh, you got lorry drivers beeping at us.
There you go. But for some reason, Revs ain't showing up. I mean, it's showing up, but it's not showing up in OBS.
Thanks, David. Yeah, there'll be a few breaks in the signal. Hit the like, give it a share, people. Thanks for joining. Huge numbers. That's our substitute. Oh, yes. All right, now. Did you find that lady?
Fair amount of us. Well, we'll see what we've got. Let's hope not. Hey, I was expecting them to rock up. Well, I hate not fucking hope, innit?
Right now, I think I've fixed that one now. Well, missed your comments, I apologise.
46 people watching. 46 people watching.
Let's not I can get a good angle either way. There's Tommy on the left there. Everyone's banking in. There's Maya from Toulouse TV. Oh, I'm sweating.
So we've got a YouTube stream for the Facebook stream. Remember, as I said, please go and like and subscribe to the channels that we're sharing today. Again, this is not about taking anything away from the channels that are live streaming, who are actually there, because
It's still crossing the bridge. It's still crossing the bridge. Yeah.
Come to get some shots down there.
which is why I put them.
Well,
Why I put their names in the top corner of these
you can
videos.
just stop and film them all if you want. Just
Please go check them out.
For the record, that's me. Yeah, from London to here. Train cancellations, multiple changes. And Rishi Sunak still spending more money on
B. Williams, why would anyone be bothered about their office address? When if it's an office, then that means that they are a registered business, which means their address will be on Company's House anyway. So what's the point of sharing that? I don't seem to understand why you would do that. Seems pointless. Absolutely, Queenie. Only YouTube are there covering it as media. 100%. Hello, Lost Souls. How you doing, Shy Ted? Nice to see you. Bleach Demon, good afternoon. And forgive me for not saying hello to everybody. Tommy was talking when I first came on, and I wanted to let you hear what he had to say with regard to that. So if I've missed you, I apologise. But welcome all the same. Again, what I want to do today is I want to cover this in the sense that we want to see just how these guys are treated. I've already seen on social media today some people. Telford Police put a post on their Facebook earlier, which I commented to. They were saying that that they've been talking to the organisers of the 2 protests. Now, one of them would obviously be this lot. Against the rape of Britain, and the other protests will be the counter protesters, i.e. from Antifa and places like that, Hope Not Hate and whatever. So I'm covering this so we can see how either side is treated, basically. And I will have to keep flicking between these streams as well, because I don't want people thinking that I'm trying to gain off of any particular stream. I'm not. I'm showing lots of streams to cover this from different angles.
I'm gonna move back down a bit, guys. 2 seconds. I know all the security guards at these immigration places are not. They're all legal immigrants with SIA licenses. Scary shit, really. Not even gonna lie.
Fucking morons.
Shit. It's like herding cattle.
One of these inquiries needs to be done in every town and city. So what we understand, we had one in this town. The independent inquiry in this town identified over 300 Muslim men raped children. We're in Telford. There's only 1,000 Muslim men. 30% of them raped children. That's what the independent inquiry. The police investigation found 280. In that police investigation, they identified 200 men raped children in this town. 200 Pakistani Muslim men. They've only prosecuted 11. If you watch so far today, and find out. The police actively, purposely leave the victims in harm's way that they do not protect. Yeah? And they keep saying things have changed. All things have changed. No, they haven't. They've not changed. No.
Yeah, Revs went from mine as well, Roger, but I went back to his channel and found it again for some reason. For some reason, YouTube changed the channel to Sky News. Believe it or not, right? I'm going to say that again. Let me just turn this down a little touch, right? I had Reverend Simon Sideways lined up, and when I went to look at his stream to put it on the screen, it was Sky News. So YouTube had changed the channel I was watching from Simon Sideways to Sky News. Let that sink in just for a moment.
Lads,
Tommy, Robbins.
so you can see, lads,
Tommy.
And obviously we've got the bottom.
that is literally how our daughters are being treated. In every town and city, our politicians don't care, the police don't care. Our daughters are being treated like fucking hell out up and down this country.
Okay, guys, if you wouldn't mind. We're not just sharing this stream, but we're sharing the stream. We are reviewing
For the kids, absolutely.
again, this is all about making sure that these guys are treated. You know, everybody's treated the same, and nobody is treated like shit. What was I saying earlier? Yeah, I had
Just waiting for the roads to be closed.
I had Telford Police post on their social media earlier, saying that they've spoken to the organisers, etc., and spoken to what concerned locals. So I added on there in the comments that let's hope that you deal with everybody the same. Remember how you allow pro-Hamas protests to go ahead unheeded. This is about something that actually matters in this country. So, you know, let's make sure that you don't infringe on anybody's rights. And I actually had a couple of people laughing at my comment. It clearly shows where their priorities lie. They obviously don't care about the children. They're probably lesbian anyway, lesbian Antifa members who haven't got kids or who want other people's children. So, you know, but let's not go too deep into that because I'll probably get in trouble from YouTube.
Backs.
We're actually having trouble getting some of these screens to show up.
Oh, wait. It's fucking freezing here. Good turnout. That's pretty good. Yeah. And the coppers are being friendly, so that's nice. Yeah, they're more actually.
Which channel are you actually live on? You're not on Revel Around.
I can't go on there. Weapon silent side. Right. Can you just favourably share this? Because obviously it's not a major channel. But I had a feeling. Yeah, I had a feeling that basically if I went on my main channel, well, not I can't stream on that, but the other one, they fucking bin it off. So that's why I'm on Simon Evans.
Don't worry, Simon, we're sharing the screen.
So we are marching to where the TV is to watch the film, I guess. How many of them are friends and how many are foes? That's the question.
And you know, they are pro-Hamas marches. Whether you like it or not, they are. There might be some people, but the idiocy of the far left, considering none of them actually know what's going on over and the fact that most of them don't know what river, from the river to the sea means. I mean, it shows you that they're not actually giving a shit about Palestine. Otherwise, they'd know what they're talking about, let's be honest.
Straight into getting one of them.
Okay.
Straight into getting yourself a bag.
That was a bit loud, that wasn't it? So you probably plus my cap is in the way of the microphone. So let's take the cap off for now. Right, is that any better? Can you hear me now?
Weather and football and yeah. Oh.
Molly already.
Think yourself not fucking loose though, will it?
I see that video. That's the old Bill. Go down there.
Just
I need to try and share the link. How do I do that? Yeah. I have no idea. I share the fucking link on it.
Just for England, guy.
There's a few people. Over there.
Signal is shocking.
Yeah, then.
Oh, you got lorry drivers beeping at us. There you go. Lorry drivers beeping. Not a good time for this bridge to be tested, is it?
Will it bastard?
All right.
sorry guys, just had to go make myself a cup of coffee.
If I do it on StreamYard, so because this is likely to get you.
Let's try to flick you around, guys. Oh, trying to stop. I'm fucking. I'm dehydrating. I'm down there, so I'm trying to get out of the way. Any closer, guys? I'm getting. See, some of it's people are pushing in front, like even the Organisers want people behind, and everyone's going in front of the banner and pushing faster than what the banner's going, if that makes sense.
Tommy, bring him over this way a bit.
Right, I think we're getting close now. Yeah. Hey. Hey. There we go.
Yeah, you're a good man.
It's the legend with the St. George's flag and the Israeli flag.
Also, remember that these live streams, there's going to be different delays between different devices. So sometimes it will, you'll hear one thing on one stream, and when I flip to another stream, it might be a few seconds, and you'll hear the same thing again. But it's just because of the lag that we're getting. Billy, my room must smell as hell because I'm a smoker. It probably does. I don't realise, but I have smelly stuff all over the place. I have lots of sprays that go off on their own, and I've got lots of things plugged in to try and mitigate that. But yeah, being a smoker isn't a good idea. Makes you stink.
Which way they're going? Going that way. That way, of course. Thank you.
How strange. Right. How very strange. This is Simon Sideways channel, or it was, and it was sat in the scenes ready to flip over, and now look what channel it is. Hang on a second. Oh, done it again. Hang on. That one. No, clicking the wrong one, you knobhead. Have a look what channel it is. It has changed again on its own to Sky News. That's the second time this has done this, and yet his stream is still playing. But YouTube have changed the channel for the second time from Reverend Simon Sideways or Simon Evans to Sky News. That's, again, very important, I think, to note. There's the Rev.
YouTube famous. Oh yeah. I'm South London. I know. Yeah, beautiful. I've just had my teeth. Oh, they were knocked out. They're fake teeth. They all match up beautiful. Yeah, lovely today. So I thought I'd smile. No. You got it right around here, isn't it? You know what I mean? Oh, legend, mate. All right. Keep hold of it if you want it.
Is anybody else having trouble with Rev's stream, or is it just me? Because I'm finding it very interesting that that's twice it's flipped over to Sky News. Absolutely no way I'd put it on Sky News, that's for sure.
Being a lorry driver, and people go, oh,
Sorry.
So at the police station now.
down to the court. Thank you, John.
So everyone, just 2 seconds, yeah? Just wait for some banners. Come up here to the police station. When you watch this film, you'll understand why. Right, no, listen, right, individual police officers, it's not against them, okay? So we don't want any disrespect, we don't want any anger. When you watch the film, you'll be frustrated. We've been failed from the top down. It's nice pieces.
No, go on,
literally just waiting. We've got some banners. We want a photo with all the crowds holding up these banners, talking about how the police have literally facilitated, accommodated, and allowed torture, rape, and murder.
Sorry, fella.
How can you allow how the police have literally facilitated, accommodated, and allowed torture, rape, and murder? Where's that? All right, lads, right, everyone, we're literally going to hold these banners up, then we're going to march back down to the demonstration point. I want to say a personal thank you to every single one of you that made the effort to come in today.
I need security.
We're right outside the police station if you just joined us now. Oh, thank you. Again.
I know it looks weird me looking that way when on your screens everything's going on here. It's because I'm looking at that screen on my computer setup, so that's why.
Never stop, never surrender. All right, that's better now from here.
When you witness what's happened to these girls and the police in action, as recently as last year, I'm going to see the film. But banners to put this message across are not here, so we're probably just going to march back for the film. I know we've got a long film, we've got speeches, people have travelled here, it's cold. If you're watching this at home, we've got a break though now. This is the start of the momentum for summer. We're not going to pick another city. We'll see.
I've got to be honest. I think that Tommy should, at this moment, be telling people it's not about him. Like, stop calling my name out. Well, it must be nice, but stop calling my name out. This isn't about me. This is about the children, and the victims. And I think, I'm not a massive fan of Tommy. I believe in some of the things that he does. I don't agree with the way that he goes about a lot of the stuff he does. But I think in this situation, he should be telling people it's not about me. Stop making this about me. Hello, Banksy.
Get shot of that.
The people are protesting the police establishment, obviously. Over the years, the neglect and corruption hasn't helped. Someone's been taken away. Someone's been taken away by the police.
Going through my streams to see if I can find where this person is that's being taken away.
Oh dear. Wait. Sure. Drop him. Thank you, sir. We're just trying to find out what's happening, guys. The police are taken away. Nothing was happening.
Forward! Come on, you piggy bastards!
The police are getting done over.
Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck them!
That's all right, Steve. If Simon streams better, nobody's forcing you to stay on this one, mate. I'm just trying to cover multiple different angles. That's all. This is Simon's stream, by the way, that you're watching now.
Call in on Facebook or Facebook. Away from Facebook. Salmon, private call them.
I'll just squeeze through, my friend. Cheers, pal.
Fuck him up!
Sorry, just squeeze through. Just squeeze through. Sorry, thank you. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
This is somebody at the front of the march by the looks of it. There's the hang on a minute. There's the liaison officer. Please, Tommy, please keep your people under control. Otherwise, we'll have to arrest you. Is probably what's coming out of there now. Considering nobody's destroyed anything yet, whereas if this was an anti-Israel protest, then
the police station.
The police would be running in the opposite direction. Can I just say, without sounding, well, no, actually, I don't give a fuck if some people find this racist, but there's an awful lack, shall we say? I mean, there's a few, but there's an awful lack of people in this crowd of non-Indigenous looking people.
Screening of a documentary.
And again, not everyone. There are some there. That's absolutely fine, and in fact, it's brilliant to see some. But there is an absolute lack of non-British heritage, shall we say?
If you actually saw anything, I didn't see fuck all.
And again, if you want to take that as being racist, then please feel free. Some of my best friends are black.
You've got a job and a half today, haven't you?
No, you're absolutely right. Common sense. It's not an Audi advert. I would have liked to have seen, personally, I would have liked to have seen some kind of, you know, more of an equal balance, shall we say? I did have 42 channel Dave up as a stream, but it went off. In fact, he's not live at the moment, not on YouTube anyway. He was earlier, but not now.
Will it be bad if I say I need a pint? All right, let's see what's going on. Everyone's there, respectfully and peacefully walking, marching. There we go. We got 2CTV fans everywhere. Thank you, sir. How are you? Nice to meet you, man. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. We got that sign. Special. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Do you know what, Paul Wright? This is the trouble I had when I went to London to cover what was going on in London in January at the Armistice Day.
Thank you.
I had to go home. I'm not as capable of walking distances as I once was because of the strokes. But yeah, watching them walking, doing all this walking is tiring.
Probably in prison. Maya TC. YouTube.
Stuff. No. BMW bikes. I was going to try and run down to the front. Everything's getting heavy now with the vest on and everything else. Oh shit! Yes.
Back on the Revs channel.
One good thing about not having a pint before this is that I don't need a piss as much.
I still need the one that I needed when we met up.
Right.
Fair enough, Fixer Bear. That's fair enough. As I say, listen, you don't have to be racist to support some of the things that Tommy does, no matter what side of the line you are. You know, some of the things that Tommy does is absolutely right, bringing, you know, highlighting the injustices that people have you know, been subjected to. But then you get called far right, you get called racist, you get called everything for doing that, for pointing out what should have been pointed out. If it's not important, then there wouldn't have been an investigation into it. So, you know, so supporting people for doing the stuff that they're doing, it doesn't make you racist or otherwise. Some of the things that the way he does some of the things that he does, I disagree with wholeheartedly. But I don't think you can knock the guy for having the ability to get people together for the right reasons. It's my opinion, anyway.
Be honest, mate, I've had enough of walking. Near the music, yeah.
So, Roger, I bet she looks like in one of them cartoons. You know, when Jerry Mouse wants to get away from Tom the cat and his legs go, you get that little noise.
She comes up with a good point. I understand it. I mean, their live stream is the guy that's got the left of the screen. So I'm just furiously.
Yeah, Stuart, I don't think Carlo was being racist there. I think what he was saying was white on the inside. You know, like cares about. I think cares about the the people of this country. So which I think he does from his comment. I don't think that was a racist comment. I don't think that was meant to be in that way. And to be fair, he didn't. Fix-A-Bear didn't come back at him over that, so I think he understood as well.
That's the Naz Shah tweet, the Labour MP. In case you missed it, she liked the tweet that said, hang on, let me show you. I can't see it yet because everyone's walking past. It says, those abused girls in Rotherham or an Elfmer should shut up their mouth. There we go. That's the counter protest, ladies and gentlemen. Over there.
The police were there, Joseph, and they're at the front of the right.
We've now reached the main point. But Antifa and the far left socialists have gathered. That's where they are. Let's go have a look at them, and then we'll end.
Come back to that in just a moment.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, so we got the far left over there. Antifa flags, Palestinian flags, socialist placards, more Palestinian flags, trade union flags. We got banners.
Hey, so now that's bad news. Those two idiots at the front there, that's bad news.
Yeah, Palestinian flags, Israeli flags.
Them two right at the front there are gonna end up getting nicked. They're gonna cause problems for the rest of the people. They really need to calm down, those two. I mean, look at them. Look at all the Antifa. Like, they're all very quiet, aren't they? Because there's so many more of the other protesters, so they're very, very quiet there. Look, stand up to racism. How is it racist when the government themselves have determined that thousands of children were raped by Muslim grooming gangs? How is that racist?
Instead of flying the Union flag, they are flying the Palestinian flag. This is the British political left. And we got all the British patriots over here. They're fighting back against the far left and the Islamists. who are doing a counter protest. That's the way, right? The far left with the Palestinian flag, trade union flags. They're all there.
Also, let's be fair, and I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but I need to keep interrupting because obviously I'm showing these different live streams and stuff. My 2C is just taking the mickey out of the anti-protesters, shall we say, for having a Palestinian flag, and yet there's a guy there who is bigging up carrying a Israeli flag. Now, again, it's not about Palestine or Israel, you know, so that shouldn't even come into it. That shouldn't even be a factor in this.
Get back, get back, get back. She's saying Tommy doesn't support this. The organizers are telling the protesters, Tommy wouldn't want you to do this. You got the father over there.
There's a man going around. Exactly, Sam.
Come in! Come in! Guys! Guys, come over here! Come over here! Come over here, everyone!
And you now use this moment to tell them to behave.
Everyone over here! Everyone over here!
And behave. Come on, tell them. Tommy, tell them.
You apparently people go over here! Stop facing that way and come over here!
Remember, some of these people are going to be there purposely to cause problems.
Lads, come on! So we can get started! I'm losing my voice already. Come on!
New media, thank you so much for joining. I'm Maya Tosi, and we are the media.
I'm sure Maya will be back on in a while, but while he's gone, we will check out the other streams.
We call this chicken storm. The wise men will bow down before the throne.
Wait, come this way. Come on here.
Hi, Sean.
I'm standing there. Come on.
Let's go and have a word with Open Not All right. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Let's go take a piss out of
I don't see why they need to be standing there yelling. They're there for this reason, allegedly, for this, what's on the screen at the moment. But they're all standing there over at the other side, just shouting at, Antifa. Just ignore them, guys. Come on. They're there to wind you up and to make you interact with them so the police can act. Sort it out, lads. Come on.
But all the police planning, look where they put them. They put them there so we react. So don't react to them. We're going to start off. We're all here today to hear the story of a survivor. Hear the story of a survivor in this town. We're going to be here a little while because it's a long film, so I'll give a speech afterwards. We'll start off with a promo to remind you of why we're here.
Richard, get off the fucking megaphone, man.
But your police investigation charge, why is that? You were kingpin having a traffic. Over 200 men's names were identified by your police investigation, but only 11 were charged. Why is that?
That you're injecting that you can actually be causing serious harm to. Do you not? Does that not process in your mind?
I have eyewitnesses who saw taking envelopes of money off of Pakistani gangsters. A deliberate attempt to cover up these crimes against little girls for fear of being called racist.
How old was she? Yes, 6 years, same age.
There are 5 dead females.
They've had normal processing. Then they're shipped to hotels up and down this country. As we've seen, some of them are living in 5-star hotels, some of them are living in bed and breakfast.
Did you rape her after I met my icebreaker?
You have lied! You have played your part! And all of you who call yourself journalists, you all knew what was happening to those girls in all of those towns and cities. You told nothing, you said nothing.
Just making what are you doing hanging around with 13-year-old school children? As you can see, these people here are trying to do all they can to stop the rich people to see what's going on behind these doors.
The threat to national security has not come from citizen journalists reporting on this stuff. The threat to national security comes very, very simply from the people in government and the people that are making massive amount of money, bringing illegal migrants into this country and processing them.
They are punishing the people who speak out in defence of the children of the poor.
You're not going to BBC News doing this, you're not going to YTV, TV, anyone. This is real citizen journalism.
We're bringing you content no one else will. We need your help, we need your support. We have no big funders. If you can support our work, please sign up and help us, just the cost of a coffee. You can support us at www.urbanscoop.news/support us. Thank you.
We'll just give a recap so far of what we've exposed in this documentary series. We've exposed a senior ranking West Mercia officer who was receiving money of Pakistani rape gangs. How many of the mainstream media have reported on that? None. I'd like to ask you this. You're going to see in this film corruption to the highest level from the police. What I'll ask you, where are TV News? Where the fuck are you? How come you're not covering any of these stories? You know, the important thing is that we have citizen journalism, we have independent media, and every single one of you who now act as the media. It's important that you share this film. Again, our survivor is here today. I'm losing my voice already. Our survivor is here today. Just for 1 minute, listen to this story and try and think of going through any of the things that they've gone through as a family. We'll now play the film. Do it after I'm playing.
This episode covers one of many serial child abuse victims. Her name was Corinne and she lived in the Telford area. We focused on her accounts as she relives her childhood memories. Memories of countless rape, drug, violence and a systematic failure to protect the vulnerable. It's through the bravery of but one of those individuals the truth will be exposed.
We are on our way to Stansted to pick up a victim of the grooming gangs in Telford. This victim's had to leave the country. She no longer lives in the UK. I've been in talks with her for a year. We've persuaded her to come back. She's literally going to fly in.
Take the first exit of the Bishop's Stortford bypass.
Yeah. She's going to fly in. We're going to sit down, get some information out of her, find out her story, find out who she implicates in her story, and find out the police's reaction to the crimes that were committed against her as well. She didn't actually want to come into the UK. That's all. She doesn't want to come back. Managed to get her in. It's right. She's going to be here in 10 minutes now. So she's got to say.
That's why you're at the airport today?
Can I ask why you're asking us why I'm here?
Because you have to have a valid reason to be at the airport.
How come you've gone up? Just I haven't seen you up to anyone else here and asking why they're.
We've been called up, okay?
Yeah,
By security, we come in to make sure everything's all right. Because times you make coming in.
We're just waiting in from now. It's the on the flight.
Can I ask what you were? I'm just going to meet his friend.
So if she hasn't turned up, we'll have to. We've messaged her. We've been talking to her for a year, but we'll see what the problem was and try and rearrange. Because we do need to speak to her. I know the information she's already given me. It's important information, and we need it on camera for this documentary. After the initial disappointment of Corinne's no-show at Stansted Airport, we caught up with her just 48 hours later.
We went to Stansted. Was it Stansted's collector?
Yeah,
I didn't think you turned up.
I did.
You did. Explain. We were met by police when we got there.
I got off the plane. I literally come off the door for the plane, and right outside was 3 officers waiting for me.
For what?
They said that I'd called a Pakistani bloke on Facebook, pedo.
Which Pakistani one?
A bloke called Ifti.
Ifti. So you've called him a paedophile?
Yeah. He's gone to the police and told them that I've called him a paedophile because he is a paedophile. I know that 'cause he's raping friends when they were young, so that's how I know. And the police wanted me to write a letter of apology to him, saying sorry that I'd called him a pedo. So yeah, they kept me for 23 hours.
You kept you 23 hours for a public apology to a man who you say is a paedophile. You see, if we start off here, I've gone through your life story. You're abused from a child, groomed on the streets by Pakistanis at the age of 11, lost your virginity at 12. You were pregnant at 13?
Yep.
When did you have your first child?
Week after my 14th birthday.
And who was that to?
1-5. I don't
One
know.
of our men.
Yeah.
How old were those men?
From ages 18 to 30 maybe.
18 to 30. Reading through, we'll get onto all of this, but the thing that I find astounding is you've had this upbringing, you've clearly been impregnated at 13 because you have a son. So that can be proven without a shadow of a doubt. And here you are being asked to write a letter of apology to a Pakistani man from the same town. Who, if we start, let's get to growing up in Telford.
Yeah.
At what age did you first get abused?
From age 12.
Age 12. If you can explain, how did it start on the streets as a young girl in Telford?
I'd be walking down the street and they just pull over in the car and try to get you in the car and be nice, say hello, how you doing? Just going like they're your friend, and even ask me how my mum is and stuff like that, because they lived on the same street as me, so they'd ask me questions like that.
Oh, so some of the men that first started grooming you lived on your street?
Yeah, there's two of them. Well, not even the main ones, because I was groomed by quite a lot, but two of them live literally 3 doors away from my mum's.
And you was how old at the time?
12.
You were 12. How old are they?
In their 20s.
In their 20s.
Yeah.
Morning, Green.
Morning. I'm all right. Bloody hours now.
I know, I saw that.
Before that, the fence was there.
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of my friends used to get taken around there and get made to give them all blowjobs.
Around the back of the seat,
yeah.
then?
And there'd be about 10, 15 lads. And one girl.
Round the back of there?
Yeah. Can't get rid of it. And he is. He got moved to the English Community Centre. In the church and that. We had the United Services Club. We used to get took on the car park there and then down. And as you walk down, like road goes over it.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Just get took down there.
Down there.
Where all that school was, that was all just fields. All of it, that school didn't exist. And literally at the top of here was a gym, and we used to get brought up here as well. Yeah, and there was sets of trees on the field back there, and we used to get taken in the trees and shit like. I was took in the school in here from school one day.
In the school?
Yeah, by Noddy. That was when he tried to have sex with me and couldn't get it in.
Yeah.
That was then. That was in the infant school.
What, in the school grounds?
Yeah, in the school grounds, yeah. But they were different. It was all different. This was a park. There was the old manor school.
Would this be every night?
Every day, every night.
Every day.
Every night. Never break. Yeah. Over the years, I got raped, drugged up. They got me drunk. I went to parties.
Did they get drunk?
Sometimes.
I've heard lots of girls describe these parties. Can you explain what happened at one of these parties?
We'd all go there. There'd probably be loads of men. If a room this size, it'd be full of men. To be, say, me and 2 or 3 of my friends. And that was it. That we were having a party, we were having a drink, they were giving us a spliff. They were taking other drugs. I never went on to any hard drugs myself. But yeah, they give us a spliff, give us bottles of vodka, Bacardi, Jack Daniels, and get us drunk, and then want to have us at the end of the night.
When you say have you, just explain that.
Want to have sex with me at the end of the night.
How many of them would have sex with you at the end of the night?
Sometimes a couple, sometimes just one.
Yeah.
I can't say I was lucky. When I was lucky compared to some of the girls, because some of the girls got gang raped by a lot of them. But me, it was a couple at a time. So, yeah.
Where would this happen? In separate rooms or just all in the same room?
Sometimes it wasn't even in the rooms, in like the place where the party was. They take us in the car and take us up the Wrekin and do it up there. They take us by the old manor school. There was 2 sets of like little forest things on the Hadley playing field, and they used to drive behind the back of them. No, there was all different places.
Literally, so far, every road we're driving down, you're pointing somewhere, we're saying to. So you must just drive around the turn off right there, off right there, off right there.
That's why it's so horrible for me. That's why I don't
Really?
like going out.
That's why you're not here.
That's why I'm not here. I can't go anywhere without thinking, oh, I was right there.
So whilst you were young girls basically getting raped in every open space in Telford, I think the rest of Telford's aware?
People knew, yeah. People knew. They were scared. They couldn't do anything. Before they'd even pull up, the passenger seat car would be back, all the way back. So they'd say to you, jump in, lie down. Because I remember the one day going past my mum.
While you're laying down?
I'm lying down there saying to me, keep down because your mum's there. Keep down. And my mum's there, yeah. I was in a black Jeep.
How old were you at the time then?
I didn't have Josh, so I was 13.
Do you remember which men were in the car?
There was a one man in the car, yeah.
Who's that?
Wedge.
Wedge?
Yeah.
Did he rape you that night?
Yeah.
Where? Do you remember that time specifically?
I took me to the Reeking.
He took you to the Reeking?
Yeah. I don't call it the Reeking, I call it the raping.
The rape?
Yeah.
I take it that's where you laugh. Whether about left, straight shot. You got raped a lot of times. When you say a lot of times, hundreds of times. So you're one individual. You've been raped hundreds.
Right up there, it's about controls, but we say if you ever see the track, see the tree.
Yeah. Well, and that's up. And you remember when you raped that tree.
A lot of girls will remember that tree. Because a lot of us got taken there.
Remember that?
Been brought here as well on this bit. Like second. They're both trying to break me in the car and they got me to get out. I was holding on to the back of them, like this in the seat. I was holding on and they were trying to get me out, biting and everything. Saying to them, fuck you, I'm not fucking walking back from here at this time of night. So it was really good.
How old was you?
17.
I think now just how.
It was the year that they've done that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, where these cars are.
Or they're dragging you out of the car.
Yeah, they were trying to get the clothes off me. So they could rape me in the car and all that.
Say again, who's that? Sakib?
Sakib and Uma. Uma went to prison for rape.
Did he?
He's been to prison for rape, yeah.
The Reeking's visual from everywhere in Telford.
Yeah.
So no matter what girl you are, when you look up, this is where they will be taken to be raped. When they look up, that's all they'll see.
That's all they'll see.
That's all they'll see. I think you'd give hundreds of names, 150 to 200 men's names to the police.
Yeah.
They've been involved in raping you.
Not just me.
But your friends.
Some of them, they haven't raped me, but they've done it to my friends, yeah.
And you've seen it, so you've been in the same circles. Tell me when you finally felt the courage. Now tell me when you finally realised you'd been groomed.
A piece come out in the Mirror to do with Lucy Lowe and Becky Watson and a girl called Vicky. And I was reading that, and that's the day I realised I was one of them girls as well.
When you say that, because so that people understand, because people think, how do you not realise you were a victim? How do you not realise that these things that were happening to you were crimes? What sort of mindset did you have towards these men?
I'd always got told to keep quiet and say I was lying about it, and because no one done anything about it, I kind of thought it was normal and okay, even though I had feelings that it wasn't okay.
Did you also have feelings for the men?
Sometimes, some of them,
we see
yeah.
this described as lover boy. We see this described as so many different things in different countries around the world.
Yeah.
Where the children actually fall in love with the perpetrators?
Yeah, sometimes I did. I did, you know, get feelings for some of the elder ones. Not all of them. Some of them were too horrible and evil. But some of them I did.
Did you say you felt you was their girlfriend? Did you feel while they were your...
Yeah, I was one of their girlfriends. They had loads of girlfriends, all of them did.
Did they?
So I was one of their
When you say your
girlfriends.
girlfriend, you mean children?
Yeah, my friends. Yeah, they're all kids as well.
18. That's the mosque. I got raped in number 16.
That's the mosque?
Yeah, number 18 is the mosque. I got raped in number 16 by Wedge.
By Wedge?
Yeah, it's the first time that I haven't virginity taken.
You had your virginity taken in the house?
Yeah.
So you got raped in the house next door to the mosque?
Yeah.
That's a strange place to have a mosque. So that would have been, I'd say, the start of the taking of your childhood. At 12 years old. That would have been the start of everything.
Yeah.
In the house there.
I was scared and I was saying to him, don't do that and don't take my trousers off, and I was fighting him and trying to keep my trousers up, and he was just pulling them down. And then he promised that he wouldn't put it inside me, and then he did, and it was just a really horrible day, to be honest.
This was at his sister's house, I believe?
Yeah.
Was his sister in?
No.
This is where White lives.
Number 81?
Number 81.
And he
raped and abused me, groomed me for years.
That's the one?
My virginity.
That's the one who took your virginity at the house we've just seen around the corner?
Yeah.
Number 81. Who's he lived there with?
The wife and kids.
They all live with wife and kids. Did they live with wife and kids back when they were abusing you?
Yeah.
Got CCTV on that has.
Has he got a lot of CCTV? Yeah.
See, this is a disabled lad here, and even he used to use the girls.
In there and there?
Yeah. Definitely not.
Well,
He used to get blowjobs and that with the young girls.
That man we're just driving past now?
Yeah. He's deaf and dumb.
He's deaf and dumb?
Yeah. Oh. Got arrested because someone pedo.
Yeah.
He lives there in that house.
This was number 127? So you're arrested because this man in this house,
Yeah.
you called him a Pakistani paedophile?
Yeah. No, I just called him a paedophile, and it wasn't even Pakistani paedophile.
Well, just a paedophile?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ifti.
Ifti?
Yeah.
And what did he do to you?
He hadn't done anything to me, he did some friends.
Okay.
And I'd seen it, so I know that he'd done it. Al's brother lives there as well, died.
This man?
Yeah. He raped Steph, he did.
He raped Steph?
Not groomed her.
Groomed her?
Groomed and raped her, yeah.
And they've all know. You've seen about Lucy Lowe, you've seen about reports about Vicky. That's 3 young girls that are dead from this town.
There's more than 3 that are dead because of them.
Is there?
And there's a lot more, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Who else?
There was a girl from Overdale, something Bailey, she died from drugs. There was Jeanette Jones, they got her on smack, she ended up dying. Georgina Marsh, she was in a car crash with her sister, and a Pakistani bloke driving the car, he killed her, she was getting groomed.
So there's...
I can't.
There's loads of young girls
there's a lot.
who have died even under suspicious circumstances all at the hands of these gangs.
Yeah, all because them lot have put them on drugs and raped them and done when they were younger, and that's how they've lived as they've got a bit older. So it's their fault because they shouldn't have put them on the drugs.
They're all very successful.
Yeah,
Because they own because of drugs.
Because of drugs. Even they even got me selling when I was 15, selling smack.
Where'd you sell smack and crack?
My rights, yeah.
What's that, flats?
Yeah, big block flats. My rights. They all got sent to the I was supposed to be on there. Captured on, you know, like when the police are watching them and taking photos, and I was on there.
So the police were looking at them at least for the drugs?
Yeah, for the drugs. You're telling me they didn't see us getting groomed, because we was getting groomed. We were getting fucking raped and everything on a daily back there. I had to walk from here back to Abridge, so this street that we've just come from.
Yeah.
I had to walk all the way back down here naked.
What do you mean?
I was naked, fully naked.
Well, what happened?
I was in an house at Millbank, and all the lads in the house took all the clothes off me, and I managed to get out of the house before they'd done anything else. And I had to go back naked, fully like naked.
How old was you?
Josh, so 14.
14. Yeah. You know when he was in the cars with these men? Did he pull over by the police?
Sometimes, yeah. Age 12.
From the age of 12, the police put in cars.
16, 17, 18.
Police put in cars, young girls, who looked standing there.
For those of you who are watching, if this is the first time you've seen Street Mike, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So if this is the first time you are seeing Street Mike, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, share the link, and switch on your notification bell.
I agree. Street Mike, it says it across the top there. I haven't put a link in the description, but if you look for Street Mike live streams, you'll find the channel. So make sure, as I said a couple of times through this stream, go over, subscribe, show some support.
Yeah, it all went from there.
When you say it went from there, people would hope to hear that the story was going to end in something positive. Has it been a positive experience since you went to the police?
No, that's when the nightmare started.
That's when the nightmare started?
Yeah.
When you approached the police?
Yeah.
Can you just explain, give us the circumstances of what happened with the police?
I went to the police. At the same time, a couple of the Pakistani lads, I was still talking to them. They got to find out that I'd been talking to the police. The police started going to other girls that I named as being victims, and in them girls that I'd named them, even though I told the police that I'd give them names anonymously to them. I didn't want them going to these girls and saying, Corrine would give.
Of course, because some of the girls could still be in close contact.
That you just took the words out of my mouth. Half of the girls, they are still friends or they're in relationships with Pakistanis, and most of them girls, they all turned against me. They started telling the Pakistanis that Corrine sent the police here, told them that we've been getting groomed by Pakistanis, and that's how everyone started to know because of the police.
Why do you think the police would have done that? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I have complaints in about the police because what they done was wrong.
Now from the boxing gym, then, when would he? How many times would he get raped?
It's times like Sunday, he used to pick me up inside vaping shops.
Every Sunday?
Every Sunday, without fail.
Why Sunday?
That's his day off work.
So for his day off work, you go pick you up, and you were how old?
Well, from the age 12, 13.
And then he'd drive you to different destinations, different locations, just to rape.
Most of the time it was a break. Most of the time.
And he's now training children to do with the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
He's now training young girls.
Yeah.
I've seen him pictures with young girls.
Yeah.
What do you think when you see him picture with young girls?
I hate it.
Am I right? I got told that when some of the young girls are, I got told to counsel my son. I got told that when, you know, like you have troublesome youth,
Yeah, probably.
one of the programs is to send them
to the boxing
gym. To send them to the boxing academy, which essentially is run by
paedophiles.
Explain them what's happened. With regards to your safety threats, what have you experienced?
I started getting threatened, told to keep my mouth shut. Not too much of a bad threats at first. Then a couple of the lads, they all got together and decided that they were going to pay for me to go abroad and to keep my mouth shut and not say anything to the police and stuff. I went abroad. I was taken to the airport by them. I left the country for a bit.
Can you tell me who took us there?
Noddy.
It's a name who's popped up a few times.
His real name's Nadeem Ahmed.
Noddy. So Noddy, at the time, you've gone to the police, you've started an investigation.
Yeah.
Am I right that you had to leave Telford before you went to the airport? Why had you gone?
No, not on this first bit.
So on the first bit, they've got together, they've given you money.
Yeah. Well, the one, Annie, he started messaging me, and I ended up telling Annie what was the matter because his brother had raped me. He was the one that took my virginity a few doors away from the mosque, his brother. So I told Annie about what his brother had done, and then Annie had got together with Noddy and Cal and Javid and Waj, and they all decided to pay me and send me away, so I kept my mouth shut. They didn't pay me thousands like people think. They just give me a couple of £100 to live off, and they paid for my rent for my apartment.
So did they arrange an apartment for you?
No, I arranged it, but they paid for it.
So this is, and in fact, we've met you now. We've flown you back from living abroad to talk to you about these crimes. So you've gone abroad. You've been paid to go abroad. What's happened next?
In the end, I've realised that they're still, what's the word? They're still grooming me, but not sexually. They were still grooming me. They were still in my head, trying to make me be quiet. How they used to make me be quiet when I was a little girl, that's what they were doing now, me being older. You know, they wanted me to go away so that I'd keep my mouth shut and not get me into trouble.
Having fled to Egypt, Karine decided to come back to the UK to try and get justice. She sat down with the police, gave statements, they opened an investigation, and they made many arrests of alleged rapists. It was at this stage that Karine became aware that there were threats to her life. So she went to the police station to ask for help. Here's a recording of that.
The duty social worker, for whatever reason, can't do anything to help you this evening.
Yeah.
Okay. We're being advised to direct you towards branches, which is for mental health, with you feeling low.
That ain't going to help my children, so what do I do tonight? Where do I go?
You're going to have to go and try and get in with your mum, friends.
I'm not going back there, no way, mate. Not
or
pretty
see if you can
bad.
get enough money to get there to stop in a hotel or something else.
I haven't got no money for an hotel.
I'm really sorry. As the police force, we don't have accommodation. We cannot accommodate you.
So basically, I've got to leave from here now, still with no protection or nothing.
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
Hello.
I gather you're homeless, are you?
I am, yeah. And I've tried to get help and no one will help me, love. And I'm scared for my life and I've got nowhere to go.
What is the reason you're scared for your life?
Well, because I give you so much information and got so many people arrested, and yourselves won't protect me or even give me anywhere to live. And I've got nowhere else to go. I'm not leaving. I've got no option. I've got nowhere to sleep and it's warmer.
Yeah, but this is going to be locked up in the alarm spot, right?
Well, lock me up for the night then, because at least I haven't have somewhere to sleep.
I'm not come to lock you up.
Well, I've got nowhere to go, so I'm not going, literally.
Right.
I've got nowhere to go with my daughter or my son, so I'm not going.
You're going to have to leave.
I'm not leaving, love, literally.
You will have to go.
Well, you'll have to take me yourself. Well, you're going to have to, like. I'm not going, I've got nowhere to stay. Literally.
Right, they all.
Okay, so now I've been kicked out of the police station and I'm sat here, the police have left me. I'm just sat here now. There you go, disabled Corrine sat on the floor with my bad legs because none of them care.
When that failed with the police, she contacted social services and begged them for help.
We're being directly informed by the police as to what the situation is.
Yeah, but who from the police is telling you that my life isn't in danger? Who, sorry? Joe Wood.
Into us is not necessarily rescue you. That's why we're not providing anything, Karine, at this moment in time.
So you've come back, you've approached the police, you've said you're receiving threats. What have the police done?
Nothing. Nothing at all. They've asked me to move out of Telford.
I remember, if we go back, this is going back, I remember getting phone calls and I remember people putting together to try and get some money together to relocate her.
Yeah.
You got relocated from where?
Yeah, I had to go to Wales.
Wales, okay.
I'm there. I'm settled. I'm in this little town called Cardigan.
Did you feel safe?
Yeah, I felt okay for the first few weeks while I was there.
Yeah.
And I had a letter come through from my daughter's old school in Telford.
Come through to the new address.
Come through to my new address.
How have they found where you are?
The police told social services where I was living in Wales.
Telford police to give social services your new address.
In Wales, social services
the system of
put it. Well, social services give it to the teacher at the school, but at that school was people working who's connected to people that have raped and abused me, and they could have easily got my address.
Well, they could have got it if it was on the policing system.
Yeah, so straight away I was in a panic, and that same day, within 3 hours, I was moved. I got in a taxi. And
why do you think, again, if I ask you, why do you think the police did that?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I think it's all just to keep me quiet, because for how much I spoke out, and for all the girls I named and all the men that had done it, I give a lot of information. That was a lot for them to start dealing with, and I think they just wanted me to keep quiet.
At this stage, Corinne was forced to relocate to Bristol to distance herself from her past and any danger she could put her or her young family in. Even with the considering distance between her and Telford, it wasn't long before her life was again put at risk.
Yeah, the address has been leaked now in Bristol.
Yeah.
Gangs of Muslims have been spotted, and Pakistanis have been spotted outside.
Yeah.
And then you get a phone call from your mum?
I got a phone call about 3 or 4 days later off my mum. It was a video call, and my mum's face was black and blue.
Where did they beat your mother?
On her doorstep, at a bungalow, on her doorstep. They wanted to go in her bungalow and see if I was there, and she wouldn't let them. So they thrashed her on the doorstep. She's a big woman, so they didn't get past it. They thrashed her on the doorstep. 3 of them.
I've seen the messages back and forward to the police about this attack.
The police say my mum beat herself up.
Did they set fire to your mum's house? Was that another?
Yeah, they set fire to the bins.
They set fire to your mum's bins?
Yeah. You know where you picked me up from?
Yeah, yeah.
The bins right there, the ones that you could see.
Were the police called?
Yeah.
The police called when she got beaten up?
Yeah.
And they were called when they were setting fire?
Yeah. And they were called when the bungalow all got spray painted.
And your mum's bungalow got spray painted as well?
Yeah.
Say more. What sort of stuff was spray painted?
I don't know. Mum didn't tell me because she didn't want me to get upset. Yeah. But I think it was stuff like grass and slag and like horrible names all over the house.
So your mum's left. So you've run off, your mum's left, and now she's becoming a target.
Yeah. They'd even like swerved their cars at her van. So my mum's husband's van. When he's driving, mum's been in the car and they'd like swerved the cars and like tried to make
with regards to the attack against your mum, they're trying to attack her in her car, attack her at her house, set fire to her house. What sort of police investigation has it been to do those attacks?
There ain't been anything.
What have they done to protect her?
Nothing.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. They want us to be silenced. They want us to shut up because I know too much.
At this stage, Karina's faced threats. Her mother's been violently beaten. She's at an all-time low. How do social services now react?
At the time of this attack against your mum, you've still got your 6-year-old daughter. What was your daughter's name?
Zaya.
You've still got Zaya at the time of this attack, is that right?
Yeah.
What happens then?
Social services and the police went to my mum's. No, social services went first, I think. Then they went back about an hour later and they took my little girl from my mum's. And that was because my mum was beat up and my mum wasn't safe. But I was in Egypt.
So when they've took her, the reason that they've taken your daughter is they've said because she's not safe because your mother has been violently attacked by the gang.
Yeah.
But they've done no police investigation into the gang.
No. If they did, they just didn't find
And at this moment in time, you had an open police investigation. You gave statement after statement and name after name and historical abuse against you at this time.
Yeah.
Tell me what happens then. Your daughter's been gone, social services have taken her. Have you rang them?
I rang them literally 10 minutes after they took her. My son and my mum's rang me crying, saying the police and social services have just took Zaya. They said that I wasn't in the country and Zaya wasn't safe with my mum because my mum had been beat up a few days before. And because I didn't know exactly what day I was coming back into the country, they were taking Zaya for her own protection. Because I fell and cracked my knee by the swimming pool. I hadn't broke it, but it had cracked. So they didn't want me to fly back home. And that's why I was over in Egypt. I'd stayed over there because of my problem with my knee. And they took Zaya.
Yeah, and mate, the police are half to blame for it. If the police would have protected me for the last 6 months, like I've been begging them to, yeah, then maybe I would have had help. Yeah, because we've had a really unsettled way of life, mate. No thanks to the police social law council in Telford.
At that moment in time, bearing in mind everything that's happened, did you think you made the right decision to speak out?
No, I wish I'd have kept quiet. They didn't help me, they made my life hell, took my little girl off me. Yeah, still is, still ill like that now.
So what did you do in response to that?
I withdrawn my allegations. I withdrawn everything. I told them that I wasn't doing it because they thought Zaya was in danger because of my allegations. So I dropped everything thinking they'd give me back, but they didn't.
So you dropped all your police case. I guess the Pakistanis are happy.
Yeah.
I guess the police are happy. You think?
Probably, yeah.
We're here 2 years later. We've been speaking, talking for a year.
It's been longer than that.
Been longer, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
Perhaps 2 years.
Yeah.
And you still haven't got your daughter?
No.
I just wish it would be in the court case. I just wish that all of these girls that there are, the police would
There'd be hundreds around here if they'd all come forward, if they wasn't so scared. But I understand why that's there.
That's why after this speaking to everyone. Well, I understand it. They can't really rely on the police, which is such a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Police should be protecting everyone. It seems more like they're hanging them out.
Yeah.
Some of them used to brag because the coppers used to be on drugs and that, and obviously they used to go and buy their drugs off them lot.
So some of the police were buying the drugs off the Pakistani gangs?
Yeah, because they were selling everything: cocaine, cannabis, draw, weed, smack, crack, everything. They used to sell pills, speed.
And the gang used to brag that they had police.
Yeah, the coppers used to come to them. Solicitors used to go to them and buy off them, and so sometimes they would brag. Yeah.
Do you remember which names bragged?
No. And they used to say it as well. They used to say the names, and I sat and I tried to think.
Why do you think everyone's scared then? Why do you think that?
It's the way they all come together. The things they've done, they've set people's houses on fire. They've battered people. Just the things they've done, it's horrible.
Late into the night, I received a phone call from Kareem. Yet again, her mother's house had come under violent attack by Pakistani gangs. Late into the night, I received a phone call from Kareem. Yet again, her mother's house had come under violent attack by Pakistani gangs.
My mum
jumped up as well as quick as she could. And they've smashed the outside of the double glazing, so it hasn't gone all the way through.
Yeah, they've gone for your Achilles heel, babe. Your mum.
Yeah, both my mum, because they know that.
That hurts, yeah. Do you know? Do you think this is them guessing that you're talking to us?
Yeah.
If she's scared, if they're not they should relocate her right now. Yeah, the police should put her into emergency accommodation, into a hotel, out of the area, and they should be getting their accounts removed. They should be doing all that. But I know how useless they are. You know how useless they are. So get your mum to let us know what the score is.
But I mean, if I don't move from here, I'm going to have a heart attack.
No, no, I know.
Pains all in my arm right now as I'm speaking to you. My heart's going 90 to the dozen. I feel like I want to be sick. I feel like I want to pass out. No, I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel like I'm going fucking crazy in the head. I think I need an ambulance. I feel bad. I've got pains all in my arm and my chest. I'm having a lot. I've got to go.
Lindy, okay, darling, I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna make my way out there. Okay, all right.
Because you see, we've got a phone call for the second time in 3 days. One of our survivors' houses has been smashed up. I was terrified. I don't know if it's going to be best pleased to see me because I'm guessing this is because of the work I'm doing. But a car fire on 2 days ago, another survivor outside the house blown up. The gang don't know who I'm speaking to, so they're just targeting the survivors.
I've received a phone call 2 days ago. Someone's come and put a brick through this house window here. And earlier today, they've come and smashed bricks through this one. Now, in the last 48 hours, they're petrol bomb cars outside houses. We have a film going out, and these are the houses of other survivors. They're not even the survivor who we're talking to. Yeah, this is a house of another survivor's parents and family. The parents are in there terrified. The sister's in there. The sister hasn't left the house for 4 years anyway because she's too scared because of all the gangs, because of the rape gangs that targeted her sister. Now we're here. The police are refusing to help. This house previously, when the victim in this house went to the police as a witness, she gave all her evidence so they could make arrests. This house was firebombed around the side. They sprayed painted all over the house. All we want them to do their job. Their job is to protect you and relocate you.
Hello and welcome to West Mercia Police. Okay, so what happened?
So what's happened is 2 days ago the window was smashed. Today the window's been smashed again. You had, just so you know, you had a car torched and firebombed 2 days ago. Yeah. Now all of these attacks are being committed by grooming gangs who are targeting the victims' families. Yeah, that's what this is. Now your police officers have come to this house. They've left the family here after their house was smashed up twice, and they've drove off. You in the town we're in, you've had 3 people burned to fucking death by grooming gangs, and the police have actually done nothing for both these visits. They've done nothing to relocate the family. They've done nothing to secure the family. There's no firebox letterbox. There's no fireproof letterbox been put on the house. It's like they're just sitting ducks being left here. The police officers have turned up. They haven't even took a statement. They've given a crime reference number and left. There's no cameras been put in, emergency cameras. There's no fireproof letterbox been put in, which should be your first protocol as a police to put in this house. They're left here in danger. The mum's been beat up. This lady's been beat up previously. They've set fire to the house previously. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. I know it's not you. I'm gobsmacked. So, no, I know, but no, you need to send some police officers here. You need to send some police officers here. No, what you need to say to them is that. So, okay, can you ring the police and say there's a family in danger in their home?
On the log, what you said.
Yeah.
And I will ask them to review it, but I cannot change what they have done.
Okay, but you can't. So as I've said to you, they have left, right? So you're.
You should repeat it, please.
So you're not going to send police officers here to protect this family?
I just said I will update that log, but I personally cannot change what the officer's decisions are. I am not an officer. I cannot make decisions.
So whilst we're sat here, can you contact them
and let us know if the police are coming back here to relocate this family into safety? What does that mean? What you keep saying that? What does that mean? You're going to write a few words on the computer? Yeah, and then what? Can you just say to the officer who's there, before I'm forced to make a video and ask people to protect this property, yeah, which we shouldn't have to do because we actually pay tax, that you do it, not you, the police, yeah. Can you just make sure, because I don't want to have to do that, yeah, and it's going to cause problems for you when I do it, right? Because it's going to put me here, everyone's going to know I'm here, but these family can't be left like this. They cannot be left like this. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah, no, but someone's been and smashed their house up twice in 3 days. If those men come back, we'll defend the house. Because you're not here. Because your police aren't here. And does that mean they're going to ring me? You haven't even asked for a phone number. Contact the family. Okay, your family, are they going to contact us back? Are we going to get a top? You don't know. Okay, do you know what? We'll move this family into safety because you lot are fucking useless. Fucking. Can you believe that?
Police don't give a fuck though, Tom, I told you. They really don't. Right, my complaints, I must have about 20 complaints about the police. And everything that I've got complaints about, I can prove. I can prove that they didn't help me. I can prove they let me down. I can prove everything.
The problem I've got is I promised each one of these children I spoke to, yeah, each one of these women I spoke to, that I would be there for, which is why I've got the phone call at home and just drove straight here. But not just I drove straight here. We've got 2 lads here, we've got 3 lads up there and 2 lads around there. Yeah. So I've rang other lads who have come here to protect this family. That's not our job. Yeah. And it shouldn't be our job. That's the police's job, is to protect this family. They're not here to protect this family. When you look in this town, you look what happened to Lucy Lowe and that. And have you seen the video of them torching the car the other day? No, so they just come with petrol. Didn't you? Okay, so it's not a joke. You know what I mean? And when you can see there from the reaction from the police, they're not going to help you. No. So unfortunately, if they're not going to help you, you do need to be in a safe location. You do, and until.
Don't forget, as we're using Street Mike live stream, don't forget to go over and find him on YouTube. Go over and like and subscribe to his channel and show him some support.
And whether it be a hotel or I'll find you an Airbnb house for a month, so then you just get yourself comfortable until the relocation's done, because you know it doesn't happen overnight, at least for New Year's Eve. So right now, this lady doesn't want to leave the home, but she does because she's scared. But every possession she's ever owned in her life is boxed up inside this home. So we're going to be staying here tonight and standing and hanging around the house, basically, to make sure people don't come back to the house. But again, we're targets for them as well. The police should be here. The police should be here. But we're going to have to relocate these families. It's New Year's Eve tomorrow. We're going to put them in a hotel. We're not going to have to put them in a hotel. We're going to have to get removal vans. We're going to have to get a storage unit. And then we're going to have to work on if the council are going to relocate them, because they are in danger. Lucy Lowe's family was set on fire and burnt. 3 of them burned to death in this town by grooming gangs. Yeah. I'll pay for any of the costs. I'll get the money. I'll get the money, or people who. I'll get the money for any cost to move you, any cost to relocate you. I'll get it. And it moving all your stuff, whatever it is, putting you in a hotel. So what she's saying is, every home possession she's ever had in her life is in this house. She thinks if she leaves, they'll just come and burn it. So unless we can get that boarded, the door boarded, that boarded, that boarded. Yeah, they can do it anyway.
And to be fair, because I try to be, Tommy's saying that he will get the money to relocate them and whatnot. He almost said it himself. I'll get my supporters to pay for it. So granted, he's in the position to be able to ask his supporters, but the money's not coming from Tommy. He's actually asking other people to do that for him. So I just want to make that clear. You know, again, just trying to be balanced.
So as we said, it's 2 a.m. We've got 2 cars of lads there.
2 cars of lads here. We'll blow it up. We've got 2 cars of lads here, which is good because lads have got in their cars and drive from different towns. Look at the vulnerability of where this house is. You go down an alley. Look how easy it is to target. You've got your window there. That's what she's worried about. Look how easy you can come down here. But look at this round here. They've already smashed this. This was 2 days ago. They put a brick through here. They've come back and done this one tonight. About 11 o'clock this got done. And then down here, it's all, look. You've got your subway, yeah? And the maddest thing is, we know, groomer over there. Where are we? Yeah, groomer over there, groomer around there. They're all in this vicinity. They're all living here. And the family are left there. No matter what, we've got to move them. We've got to move them. So
they're swanning around, threatening us when we're talking out, trying to stop us from talking, threatening us, saying whatever they can, the worst things possible, threatening our families. They all stick together. It's never 1-on-1 or 2-on-1. It's always cars and cars and cars, full on one. And we've seen too much growing up. We've seen people's houses get set fire to. For me, I lost my mate, Lucy. We've seen people getting beat up by them and really, really getting beat up. They're beating each other up. So if they can do that to themselves and near enough killing each other, imagine what they'll do to us, the outsiders. It's different.
So they rule the town.
Yeah.
They rule the drugs.
They rule everything. 1%
Pakistani population have the town in total fear. My mate Andy, the one who's going to stay with a couple of other lads, he'll be here in about half hour, 45. And he'll stay in the house and everything. You've seen how heartbreaking the picture. You've seen your family distraught. They're leaving their home. They're driven from their home. Made refugees, essentially, by rape gangs operating this town. And not just by the rape gangs, but by the failure from the police. Because the police would not help them. Yeah? Only now we've publicly embarrassed them online that they're now willing to help the family. On their own. So normal families going to Telford and Wrekin police, when we're not doing this documentary and we're not filming here, that's the reaction they get. You can understand why they're not able to get convictions against all these men. But the reason why we've had a problem with getting this family housing is, as we've seen with the lady, we can't just pick them up and put them in a hotel. You can't just pick them up and put them in a hotel. The lady's disabled. She needs disabled facilities. It's not that easy. It's what we took 24 hours trying to do. We've found them a location now. We're going to go get them in their location. And it's so sad to see. You see them. See the girl crying. She's leaving her boyfriend. They're having to flee the town. It's not right, and it's not right what's going on. So.
I'm not letting them out.
No, you've been over.
Find it hard to cry, Tommy. Literally. I really find it hard to cry. When I think about everything in one at the end, then I just don't know how I'm still living. Literally, I really don't. It's hard.
You must have known. Years ago.
No, empty, alone. So many feelings. I can't even say them all. I feel them all at once. It's not nice.
Today, the lads are moving the house. We've got 2 looting lorries. There was a lady violently attacked with baseball bats outside here yesterday. And do you think they thought it was you?
They definitely thought it was me, because I was told that she was a little bit fattish, and blonde hair. So they automatically thought that was me and my husband pulling up here.
Because it does seem like that lady said she saw all the men at the end of the road. She'd already rang the police.
Yeah.
But the police took 20 minutes to come.
We went into Confrontation Green to go to my mate's house. They're walking on the corner with bats and that. So we took them out back to one day on an Audi.
An Audi A4?
At A3 white one. We've done the registration already.
We've already had that Audi A3.
Hit me round the head with the bat. Just taking the bat out there. And we fucking all bricks up, all these bricks.
Where was it? Where was it? Was it parked up?
Yeah, Confrontation Green corner. They're all standing there, swarmed with bats.
How many of them?
Bars, loads.
How many?
Loads. 8, 10, 12.
Of the Balaclava?
Directly from Los Angeles. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. It was parked Confrontation Green on the fucking corner. They're all standing there in valleys with bats. And it's just being allowed. I already rang this and said to the... It's taken nearly 20 minutes for you not to even turn up. You're walking down the fucking street in front of me.
When you've come here today, the police have come with you, haven't they? When you got here?
No, they weren't here.
They weren't here?
No. They weren't outside.
No. How do you feel? Because you had incidents at this property before, when your daughter gave a statement. When your daughter got a statement, I believe, they set fire to the bins.
Yeah.
They smashed the house up, spray painted all over it.
Yeah.
The police's response to that was?
That I did it myself.
That's what the police said, you've done it yourself.
Yeah.
See, the problem the police have got now, because they may have tried to say that.
The police even said I had 3 Asians come here, balaclava door. They put me on my arse in my hallway. The one was hitting me on the floor. I couldn't get up. My face was blacker than black. Yeah. And the police said I did it all myself. Like I'm going to sit and constantly bang my face or do something to myself. And they never once asked me if I wanted to move. But they said they offered to move us and everything, and they haven't offered to do anything, Tommy. They're fucking wankers, all of them, everybody. There's only you that's offered to help, and look at the fucking shit that I'm going to get now. Why have they got a target? A 60-year-old woman, disabled?
They're targeting you because they want to silence your daughter.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't stop my daughter from speaking the truth.
I accompanied Green's parents to the police station in the hope that the adequate protection and support could be offered to them.
Yeah.
And not there's no offer of police, no offer of parking, no offer to say the house security, nothing. That's it.
Right, okay. I mean, I believe someone spoke to it today.
But today wants to be great. Yeah. And what I mean is, I went only because your police officers did.
Right.
Yeah, we can. Problem is that we can't discuss it with you, so obviously it's not answers. So all we have. So any men that have come up, these. But what I'm saying is, never left in their houses. Well, you've had a fire. 2 up front, 1 2 days ago. The 1 2 days ago is it's all over grooming house. It's all over. It's these people. They know films back. That's why there was something. It's not the second one.
I've been driven from my town, from my family. I've got kids in Telford that I'll probably never be able to have a proper relationship with because of all this. You know, it's that's a lot. I got used to it. I was used to it. I was used to them raping me every fucking day and every week. But I'm not used to not seeing my kids. I'm not used to having the people that I love the most being so far away from me. And that's what hurts, that's what kills. I just want to live normal, have my kids, have my family, But I'll never be able to do that because no one gives a shit. Well, people do care, but the people that should, social services, council, the police, they don't care.
This is the last van load. I've done four runs, and then it's sad, isn't it? It's sad, but the family at least will be hopefully somewhere safe. Well, they will be somewhere safe. Their stuff, don't know how long it's going to remain in storage till the council can get them a new house. But it's a travesty that the families of survivors are having to leave this town whilst the men roam around like they own it.
Countless time, finance, and man hours have gone into the reconnaissance and intel of our alleged perpetrators. They've carried on living their lives. Some of them have families, some have moved away. Some own multiple businesses. They're living very good lives in those towns and cities. Some are in everyday contact still right now with children. We owe it to all the survivors of these gangs that they're confronted, that they're challenged, and at very least they're asked to explain how and why such crimes have been allowed to take place.
Hi there. Hello, love.
I've come to do the boiler tip.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. So, what's your name?
It's Raj.
Raj.
W-A-J, Raj. Cambridge Gas. Can I just take a quick look at any other gas appliances?
Yeah, actually, I wanted you. I'm sorry.
Raj, how are you? I think you didn't see me, did you? There wasn't questions to ask about allegations of child rape. You raped a 12-year-old girl. You did it in house with the mask and girl. What do you have to say? What do you have to say about that, Raj? What do you have to say? You took her to the Wrekin and you raped her. What do you have to say? Why do I have multiple girls? Why then multiple girls make allegations that you raped them? You trapped them. You're part of a Pakistani rape mafia who have targeted this town and destroyed girl and child after child's lives. What do you have to say, Raj? Have got clearance to come to vulnerable ladies' houses on their own. Do you mind explaining that to me, Raj? How have you got clearance, Raj? How have you managed to get clearance? I'm not going to arrest Raj until you cannot enter any lady's house on your own. What do you say to the allegation you took Corinne Dad up to the Wrekin and you raped her when she was 12? She was fighting you to keep her knickers and pants on when you dragged them off of her. She's a 12-year-old child. You was what, mid-20s, Raj? What do you have to say to that, Raj? What do you have to say to it? Total silence. Total silence, Raj. How many girls have you raped? How many child's lives in Telford were destroyed by you and your gang, Raj? And now you walk around like there's no trouble in the world. Girl after girl's lives are totally destroyed. Do you want to leave, Raj? Okay, what do you have to say, Raj? I'm not going to arrest until you've lost your job, your career, and everything, bro. You're not going to be walking out. You're a convicted rapist, aren't you? I'm moving, mate. I'm moving out of the way. You're a convicted rapist, aren't you, right? You're walking into ladies' houses. What do you have to say about that? How have you got entrance into ladies' houses, Raj? Huh? How many children have you raped in Telford? How many children and families' lives in this town have been destroyed due to you and your Pakistani gang raping? What do you say that? Well, let's say the allegations. 12-year-old girl, she thought you was. She dragged her knickers off her when she was 12 years old in the house next door to the mosque, Raj. What do you have to say? You didn't think this was going to come back to you, did you? You thought you got away with all these crimes. You've already done time for rape, haven't you, Raj? Just because this is your right to reply, Raj. No, pardon me. This is your right to reply. No, that's so you can get on your phone with your Pakistani mates. No, it's not that. That's how you play it. That's how you play it. See, this is the thing. I'm here. Well, there's no risk to you here, is there, Raj? There's no risk to you here. There is. There's no. What's the risk? I'm inviting you. So follow me. You're inviting me. What? Come on, Raj. What's the risk? What's the risk, bro? What's the risk? Raj. Your career's over, bro. Your career's over. You destroyed little girls' lives, Raj. Follow you. What for, Malagate? I just want you to answer the questions. This is your right to reply, Raj. It's your right to reply. Okay, so okay, you drive then. Come on, get in the car. We ain't all fitting in this car. Let's get the cameras in the car. Come on. We've just confronted this alleged rapist in Telford. We have multiple sources, multiple girls who name in some horrific crimes, raping them in the Wrekin, in the hills, raping a 12-year-old girl, taking her virginity. All these different crimes. He was part of a massive gang of men that participated in these crimes against young children, trafficked them, profited off them, tortured them, drugged them.
And we've just confronted him in the house. We wanted to get him away so we can ask him the questions. We've asked him the questions. He told us to follow it. We're following it. He's pulling up at the police station. Do you know the problem is? These lot are so confident about the police because the police are on their side. The police. Take the keys. Come on, Watch. Where you going? Watch. You're that you're not that confident that the police are in your pockets, aren't you? How many police officers are on the payroll of your gangs in this town? How come you're that confident? Watch, this is your right to reply. This is your right to reply, Watch. What do you have to say? Watch, you dragged a 12-year-old girl and you raped her. You forcefully raped her with gangs of men. You forcefully raped a 12-year-old girl. You took her to the Wrekin and you raped her. What do you have to say? Wad, you're a convicted rapist already, aren't you? You're on a stalking charge, Wad. I don't know why. The police will deal with everything. They don't need to deal with it, mate. You have got away with it. Men in this town, Pakistani men in this town got away with destroying young girls' lives. Now, you're famous. Everyone's going to know who you are.
I was scared and I was saying to him, don't do that and don't help. I was like,
I mean, why would you make this up? Why would another girl, I've got another girl who doesn't know Kareem, who says you raped her. Why would they make it up about you? Why would these girls randomly make up that you have raped them? Traffic. Why would they do that? In your sister's house, in the house next door to the mosque, they give us locations. We've been to see the places where you raped them. We know all the gang members. We know that you passed them around. We know that you made her duck down in the car when she was 12 years old because she drove past her mum. What do you have to say to that? Why would she make that up?
Before they'd even pull up, the passenger seat car would be back, all the way back. So they'd say to you, jump in and lie down.
Do you remember which men were in the car?
There was a blonde man in the car, yeah.
Who's that?
Wedge.
Why would you make that up?
Can I speak?
Yeah. They're not going to help you. Right, this is a documentary.
I'm being intimidated inside a police station.
Right. Now you want the police protection, do you? No. You terrorise young girls, now here you are hiding from the... You want the police.
Allegations.
He doesn't care, bruv. Right? Because he knows what you've been up to. Everyone knows what you've been up to. Yeah? Your life is changing now, Wadge. Okay, bro? Your life's changing. Everyone's going to know who you are. See, Baxi, I'm not going to arrest till this is gone. Till you can't enter a woman's house again, bruv. Yeah? Everyone's going to know.
Excuse me.
So, Wadge, look at you running to the police.
I'm being intimidated inside the police
Look
station.
at you running to the police, Wadge. You're a big brave man when it's 12-year-old girls, isn't you? What are you scared for?
No, I'm not scared.
Here you are. Why are you hiding in a police station? Why have you run to a police station?
I'm not. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
Raj, you're not going to answer, man. No, why would these girls make up, Raj? Raj, why would these girls make up? Why would they make up? Give me one reason why random girls who don't know each other would make up that you raped them, Raj. Raj, you're a star in episode 5 of The Rape of Britain. You're a star. You're a star. You're a star of episode 5. You're a star of episode 5 of The Rape of Britain. You're a star of episode 5 of The Rape of Britain, Raj. He's coming to you guys to protect you. He's not going to be on this. Tell the police have been protecting them for the last 30 years. No, they've been protected by the police for 30 years back. He's making You've been protected. You and your gang have been protected for 30 years by this police force.
I'll tell you what, Dick, do you want to be on the side to actually know where we are with it?
Well, I'm just doing my job, mate. That's what I mean. You can do your job. I haven't committed a crime. I'm asking you no questions. What do you have to say? You're that confident that the police will protect you.
The reason I'm at the police station is because they're making serious allegations.
I'm not making serious allegations. Young girls are making serious allegations, Badge.
If there's any truth in that,
children made allegations. Badge.
He needs to speak to the police.
Badge, the girls have made allegations.
If there's a case to answer, I'm here and I'll answer it. Badge, as simple as that. So now you know that he's full of shit.
You're in episode 5 of The Rape of Britain.
Now you know he's full of shit because I'm here.
Why would the girls make up, Badge?
I've done something wrong.
Badge, why would the girls make up? Why would the girls make up, Badge? Why would the girls make up, Badge? Why? You can see it. It doesn't matter. I can see it. That's it, mate. I'm done. It's on our documentary. It's coming out soon. Yeah?
So you want to tell us anything?
I come and try to tell you 100 things. You have left vulnerable girls in situations where you've allowed their houses to be smashed up. You've allowed them to be driven from this country so that those gangs get away with it. Not you individually. Your police force has stood by and allowed this to go on. Not just allowed it to go on, but they've actually allowed the girls to be targeted, driven, intimidated, and fearful, and you haven't done the protection jobs that you should do. This is how confident they are. Look where the rapist runs straight to. He's run to you help. Yeah. Somewhere, one of your commanders is going to be helping you.
ordinarily, when we get jobs in like this, where someone's in the community's worked and found things and got things,
I've done that with your police force.
I haven't dealt with you.
Okay, so your high-ranking police officer on episode 2 refused to take information from us.
Rob on jail, listen, doesn't want to be with somebody.
These rapists and these gangs, the police identified 200 rapists in this town. They charged 11. They've been protected. These gangs have been protected by this police force for 30 years. It's the first place he run to.
It's affected everything. Affected how I look after my kids, my life in general. I've had times where I've drunk quite a lot, so been kind of like an alcoholic. I've taken drugs and stuff like that. Not too much of hard drugs, but I have taken drugs. I can't settle. I can't stay in a relationship. I don't trust men. So yeah, it's affected everything really. It's still happening. There's still young girls being groomed. They're still raping the girls. They've got girls that they've groomed as a child, and now they're selling them as an adult, and that's because they've got them hooked on drugs as a child, and they still need the drugs now, so they're still selling them now. There's still getting girls, underage girls as well, getting groomed.
We're in the story of one of many, a very young, impressionable schoolgirl, tied with drugs and raped by hundreds of Muslim men. Hundreds at a time. An unspeakable crime with lasting effects to this day. As we've seen, these men walk free to live their lives, free to mingle in society, free to even potentially carry on feeding on the vulnerable. But this story also highlights the massive failures of the police and social services. How has this happened? How come no one's been arrested? Even though statements detailing all of those allegedly involved have been made. The answer to this, I'll leave you to decide. Thank you for watching this episode of The Great Career. Myself and the production team here at Aaron Scoop, we don't do this for praise or awards, we do this for justice. We hope these actions will bring some form of resolution to the survivors, and we can hope that by shining a light on such matters, which the mainstream media and everyone else shies away from, any exposure acts as a deterrent for those involved. It's free. And finally, we hope that together we can create a safer future for our sons and daughters to live free in the United Kingdom. If you've been affected by any of the subjects covered, or you know someone else who has, please contact us at productions@urbanscoop.news. That's fine. Cost of the coffee. You can support us at www.urbanscoop.news/support us. Thank you.
Wow.
We dedicate this episode to Mr. John Kinch, a man who was both there for Corinne and her children during the hard times and the times of struggle. May he rest in peace.
I'm sure Tommy's going to jump up in a minute and have something to say. But that was hard to watch. That was really hard to watch, to be honest. But then I get upset over watching things on the telly with where there's kids involved. Believe it or not. That was, yeah, pretty fucking horrendous what people have been going through for so many years, still going through now. And let's be fair, let's be honest, we all know it's not just Muslim grooming gangs. Right? We know that white people will do this as well. Okay. However, there is what appears to be some kind of an epidemic in certain places of certain types of people doing this. And although we should be fighting against all CSE and CSA, I do think that this is a start to getting some of the large groups of people shut down, as they should be, locked up, deported, whatever. But it shouldn't be on the streets, you know. End of.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Put one in the chat for us. Thank you.
You must be freezing. Are you as disgusted as I am watching that? Can we just have a round of applause? This is episode 5 for the fact that 5 courageous women have told all, bared all in an emotional way. It must be so challenging for them to do that, to come forward. Yeah? Without them coming forward, what do we want to do? We want to shine a light on what's happening in towns and cities across this country. The courage of these ladies is what helps us do that. I know everyone spent some money. I want to say a special thank you to every one of you. I know it's cost some money to get to Telford. It's an awkward place to get to. So I want to thank every one of you that's come in. Do you know all of these survivors? When I say, do you know what really fucking pisses me off? Is I look at the rapists and they're living and running this town right now. They're driving around in sports cars. They've got their businesses. And then I look at the lives of the survivors. Yeah. Girls are going around now with buckets. Anything you put in this bucket is going to be evenly divided amongst these ladies that took part in these demonstrations, in these films. And I say that in the sense that Nicole from episode 1, struggle, no carpet, needs help. Every one of them need help. Karine, let me read you, actually. Karine, I hope you don't mind me doing this, yeah? If I can read you the messages from Karine even just yesterday about the desperation and the fear of coming here today to watch this, of coming back to Telford, of the fact that she's alone. Her family are here, she can't be here. She's going to be back on a plane now next week, going out of the country, where she's hiding, where she's been driven from her country and driven from her home. On their arses, each and every one of them. So anything you put into these buckets, the ladies are bringing them around, is going straight to them. Some generous lady just come up to me and donated money there. So I'll thank every one of you. Karina's asked me to say a thank you to everyone who's come here today. But you see, I take the rewards for these films. I stand there, people watch the content, I take the rewards. There's a lot of people who do a lot of work behind the scenes to make these films possible. A lot of people who risk their safety, risk their lives at times, surveillance. Do you know, in there we confronted Waj. The rest of them are in Pakistan because we spent weeks outside their houses, weeks outside their businesses. The rest of them are in Pakistan because we spent weeks outside their houses, weeks outside their businesses. It's frustrating. You see, the police officer in this case, she's also hiding as well. Because you know, I delayed this and delayed it because I wanted to get them. But they're gone. Yeah. Now, every single town and city is plagued by these gangs. And I want to say there, Richard Ingham, I want to thank Richard. He's going to give a speech in a minute. Richard was heavily involved in this work. Kaz was heavily involved in this work. Secret P, Chris Agoston. There were so many people who put in so much time. And it's pretty, sometimes you're watching and I'm saying, have we got him? We're there 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. No, we're looking at pictures of different men coming out of the houses. So every one of you who support our work, give us the ability to have teams that do that, to create content like that, to support families like that. I think upwards of nearly £20,000 in the end was spent relocating this family. That's not our job. You see this building here? That's Telford and Wrekin Council's old building. That's their new building. So 6, we're going after them. You're going to get to see. You're going to get to see the faces. We're going to be speaking to them.
Rick, right, Rick. There are far less white grooming gangs than there are other cultures, because, well, I don't know why, because there are far less. White people are more inclined to do this kind of thing on their own than they are in gangs. Okay. Yes, they need dealing with as well. Absolutely. Totally agree. I said it just a few minutes ago. but let's not make it okay. This is about grooming gangs. Yeah, it's about grooming gangs, not just people being victims of CSE or CSA. It is, you know, we're talking about gangs of them doing it. Sorry.
To every one of your family members, including mine, I'll ask every one of you to do one thing, yeah? Again, I'm grateful you've come here today. On March the 23rd, yeah? If everyone has the challenge to go home and convince one more person to come with you, yeah? We're going to go. We had an independent inquiry in Telford. We had an independent inquiry in Rotherham. We've got an inquiry in Rotherham. When they tried to get an inquiry in Oldham, it was put to a council vote. Oldham has a large Muslim population. One of the men involved in the grooming, I believe, was a welfare officer for Oldham Council, so you can understand why they don't want an independent inquiry. When it was put to the vote, Labour blocked the vote. They blocked the independent inquiry. There's been no uproar. There's a lot I haven't got time to stress. We will stress. On the 23rd of March, we'll be in Oldham. Okay? And I urge every one of you, you've seen today, we can come here. I would question why, with all the places in this city that they can put the opposition, they put them all over there, yeah? In the hope to cause confrontations. Why, if there was someone causing a problem earlier outside the police station, they thought the need to send 4 police officers into the middle of thousands of people to try to pull them out. These sorts of things are done for optics. The photographs, don't fall into it. Again, we've showed in 5 demonstrations here, there's not been one single arrest. Not one. Right? We've held 5 of these rallies here, 5 of these films. We've come into this city. I would, again, I shouldn't need to give them applause, but Telford Police certainly have not stopped us in our journalism in this town. Okay, we've actively been in the town, we've been surveillancing, we've been allowed to hold our films on the day. The officers have been good, so I want everyone to remember that when we go to Oldham, for the public to remember we're not coming for trouble, we're coming to expose, we're coming to highlight, and we're coming to demand on behalf of the victims that there is an inquiry and the people in these council buildings and in those police uniforms are held accountable for failing these victims. There should be an inquiry for everyone. I think Richard's going to say a few words and I'll speak again just before we leave. Again, every one of you, I know you've come a long way, yeah? You've come a long way. We've been demonised, you've been slandered. I had my mate, do you know the disappointing thing? My mate said to me, he's got about 100 employees, yeah? And he's got big contracts on big businesses. And he said he was speaking to his mate who said he couldn't come, he was worried about coming. He said he'd lose everything he's got if he was pictured or photographed here with government contracts. But he's still here, yeah? It's important. Nothing has been this important. There's no issue in our country that's important as what has been allowed to happen to our daughters in every single town and city. No, the public still have no idea of the size of this problem, and it ain't going to get any better. Okay? It's only going to get worse. If there's ever an issue that you should get up off your ass and come out on the street, is this. We should be demanding, there should be government. You know, when the NCA, the National Crime Agency, it can't be left to Telford Police to investigate rape gangs in this town because half the police work with the rape gangs. The National Crime Agency need to be brought in from outside into every town and city. It worked in some Yorkshire towns. The National Crime Agency were brought in 30 convictions, 40 convictions in all different towns and cities. The NCA need to investigate these crimes in every town and city, and the government needs to intervene and make sure that there are independent inquiries into what has gone on and who's at fault. I'll hand you over to Richard. Thank you everyone for coming here.
Ricochet. You're knocking me because I said about white people in potential grooming gangs as well. What is the definition of a gang? A gang is a organized group of people. It doesn't matter how many people are in that group, okay? It's still classed as a gang, okay? And I've seen, and I've actually mentioned on my channel plenty of times in the past, where 3 or more people have been involved in raping a child. So that white people, I might add. So that would still be a gang. Okay, so if you want to argue semantics, that's entirely up to you. Not that you're going to be able to now because Roger's just dealt with you, but just want to make that clear.
Complimentary about what we did was turned up. The reality is Tommy is not just Tommy represents every single Englishman, every single working class Englishman. He is the representative. It's not just the person, Tommy Robinson. It is the character that he represents. And I believe that he should be leading a working class movement to take this country back. Now, I want to say this. This is not about us. It's not about the platforms. It's not about the people on the platforms. We are here for one reason only. Mine, Kyle. And every time I speak to Kyle, he says this. He says, remember these two things, children. He says, remember these two things, Richard. He says, it's about the children and it's about God being on our side. And Kyle believes that we are doing this for the children and God is supporting us. Right is on our side. We are doing what's righteous and we're going to keep doing it. And we're going to fight. We're going to fight for those children. We're going to stand for those children. You see, Corinne and the other survivors, I didn't speak to Corinne, but I spoke to all the other survivors. And one thing that amazed me was they had total recall of what happened to them. I couldn't understand it. Some of these incidents happened 20 years ago, but they could recall everything. And then I realized these women have been so brutalized and so traumatized that they are living it every day. And when we make these films, we give them a voice so that they can be heard. And you've heard them today. And I want you to give a massive round of applause to every single survivor.
Destroyed. Yes, lots of them operate alone as well without the actual gang. However, none of them should be operating at all. And when an accusation is made and there is evidence of CSE or CSA, they should be dealt with appropriately. Most of them seem to be allowed back into the community to continue doing what they do or cause fear and alarm in their victims. And that is wrong. Yet they take people off of the streets and hold them on remand for stealing. But they're not doing it for people that are committing offences like this. It's, you know, it's wrong. It is fucking wrong.
Torturous prison sentences. Send them back to Pakistan. And of course, it's not about the past, the present. It's about our children for the future. I got involved in this movement for my children and for my grandchildren. All of us here have children and grandchildren. Are we going to let this carry on? Are we going to stop it? Are we going to stop it? Of course we're going to stop it. And have a word for those vile and disgusting Pakistani Muslim rape mafiosa. We've seen what they're like. They're cowards. They're cowards. They're cowards. For the Pakistani rape mafia, let me quote Liam Neeson to you. We're going to look for you. We're going to find you. And when we find you, we're going to send Tommy Robinson to your door with a camera to make you infamous. Thank you very much. I just... I'm not going to embarrass you, I'm trying to get you up here. Do you all remember there was someone who criticised the Palestinian flags in Bethnal Green? Do you remember it? And the police go and raided them. People don't know is when they go and raided them, his wife has been suffering and battling cancer for years. And yeah, you can't criticise the Palestinian flag in your own country. So I've got some flowers for Jo, who always drags herself in. That's your birthday card, signed for everyone.
I agree.
I remember our last conference, our last Telford one that you struggled to make. You said you don't think you'd make another one. You're here now. It's not in you. It's a Scottish in you. I knew you'd be here, so I'm blessed to see you. But again, just one of the other. Do you know what we've got? Do you know, we've done other documentaries where we've had to pull them at the minute. So a lot of other work's gone on. How much I can really tell about it. About another lady in this town and police failures. We've got, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for an outcome of some court cases coming up. But when you see the details behind the scene and what's gone on there, again, where this police force are just intent in locking up victims rather than the perpetrators. But I hope to see you all in Oldham. Make your plans. Is everyone here? Every single person here going to make it to Oldham? And you all bring a friend with you as well. Every one of you has got a task. You can beat someone else. Be brave. Be fearless. If you're English, if you're Scottish, if you're Welsh, if you're Northern Irish, whoever you are and you're watching this, get out with us on the streets. Enough is enough. If this was happening to Muslim girls in our country, every one of them would have took to the streets. It's about time we stood up for our daughters, our women, our sisters, right? And if you're watching this, I've just seen what's in the buckets. There's a lot of you all give a lot of money for these survivors. It's going to help them out like you wouldn't even believe. If you're watching this and you're one of the people who supported this event today, we put it to a poll to see who wanted to have an outdoor event. Everyone liked it, everyone had a good day. It's important we do this. If you're one of the people...
Right, I mean, he's just wrapping up, so I don't think that's too much importance what he's saying at the moment. But what some people were saying in the comments, or at least one person I saw, was that Muslims, not all, but we'll just use that term, Muslims, will CSA very young children. Now, I saw a video just yesterday. I haven't lined it up because I didn't know this protest was going on today. Otherwise, I would have it lined up for you. But I saw a video yesterday with a guy talking to a Muslim, and the Muslim turned around and said, providing the girl has had her first period, then it's okay to have sex with them. And the guy the guy interviewing him said, what if the girl, so you're telling me if a girl was 5 years old and she had her first period, it would be okay? And he turned around and he said yes. And I can't remember where I saw it. Otherwise, I promise you I would have had it lined up to back up what I'm saying, because I know there will be people that will argue with me. But I saw that yesterday and I thought it was absolutely disgusting. You know, even here, even in the West, when somebody has a period, we know that girls can develop quickly, young. But that doesn't mean that their bodies or their minds are ready for any of that absolute disgusting, sick shit. It's a shame more people didn't turn out, to be honest. I don't. Do you know what? Who just asked that question? Where is it? The golf community. I don't know if there was an age of consent in Christianity, to be honest. The age of consent, I believe, was put in place by the people, you know, ruling the country, as far as I'm aware. And I might completely be, you know, way off base here. Somebody, I'm sure, can let me know in the comments. But I think if that's true, then it goes to show that we think about the children and we respect our children being children, and we don't want to do that kind of thing to children. So we set an age on it. I do know years ago it was younger. You know, I know years and years ago it was younger, but things have changed. You know, society has developed, society has grown, man has developed and grown, and you know, got more intelligent. And we know now that children are children, and nobody should go anywhere near a fucking child. But yet in some places, because, right, the golf community, I think, and I can't speak for Tommy, but I think the reason he's not calling out Christianity for it is because generally people in Christianity now don't touch children. They might have used to, but they don't do it. Well, some do, but they don't do it now as an overarching theme. Whereas, unfortunately, Muslims who follow the Quran to the letter think that it is okay to do that. And that is not very progressive, is it? That's medieval Dark Ages type shit, which we went through as well. You know, as humanity, we all went through it here as well in this country. But as God bless has just put there, we've evolved. Yeah, we don't still do it as a, you know, nobody really looks in the Bible, Christian Bible, and go and finds anything in there that says it's okay to go and do that to a child. And if they did, the chances are they probably wouldn't go and do it anyway.
Quran here.
This is the Rev Simon Sideways live stream that's on now. I don't know how long ago he left. I don't know where he is. Where's the people he's supposed to be with? He may well be an IDF intelligence agent. And by the way, Faceless Free, that's not how you spell intelligence. But he's still highlighting a very serious situation that's going on at the moment that everybody else seems to want to hide. Yeah, Gary, considering how many people are turning out for anti-Israel protests, which has absolutely nothing to do with us or our children, I would have thought that more people would have turned out for this, to be fair.
They might know where the train station is. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie.
Right. Again, this is Roads with Purpose. Road with Purpose on YouTube. Go check his channel out. Go give him a like and a subscribe. Support his stuff. Support his work as well. You know, we all need to support each other and get each other's word out there. Do you know what I mean? So please, again, I've not put the link in the description. I've just put the name at the top there. But look for him, Road with Purpose on YouTube. Give him a like and subscribe and give him some support, as well as the other guys that we've shared today.
No, obviously it's left. I don't know where they were, but taking it.
Golf community. I think you're mistaken, my friend. I didn't say that I support him. I said I agree with some of the things that he does, but I disagree with the way that he does a lot of his things. So, yeah, maybe understand what you're talking about and who you're talking to before you make silly comments.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to the van. My hands are getting cold now. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's age. I don't know. But yeah, so I want to thank Mikey B, everybody that shared, everybody done your support. Just watched.
Bye. Bye, Charles.
I'm glad that there seems to be no real issues now it's wrapping up. The left Antifa, dirty unwashed pieces of shit, they seem to have left without causing too much of an issue. And to be fair, there was a few with the Tommy Robinson group, we'll call them, who hang on, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for that music playing. But there was a few at the beginning of the Tommy Robinson group who could have made things go very bad for this lot. But thankfully they seem to have been kept under control, as well as the Antifa lot. So I know this isn't normally what I would say, but well done to the police. There seems to have only been one person that was taken away earlier. Lord England, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll get the links and I'll pop them in the description. I didn't do it at first because I didn't have the time. I didn't know this protest was happening, so I had to just try and get this stream up as quick as possible. But I will, if you come back in after the stream's finished, I don't know, give it 10 minutes or so, and the links to the streams that we've shown on here today will be in the description. But yeah, I have to say well done to the police, because there doesn't seem to have been any major issues. They seem to have even though they let Antifa that close, I've got to say fair play for not making things a situation where people were going to get arrested and stuff. So, well, no, Daniel, I agree. How about they do their jobs properly? They should have done their jobs properly in the first place. But I mean, in this situation, in this instance, in this situation right here, this particular meeting, protest, whatever you want to call it, the police behaved themselves. So I have to say, in that respect, fair play. But I'm not going to say it anymore, because I don't often say that, and I don't want people thinking I'm going soft on them. So. Can I just confirm you can still hear me? Now I've put it on full screen. Can you let me know in the in the comments, please? And that's absolutely, thank you, Roger. That's absolutely fine, Daniel, and I fully respect your opinion on that. I dislike the police. I dislike almost everything about them, and I'm not praising them for past or future, or even what other present things that are going on today. I'm literally only praising them for the fact that they behaved themselves at this rally, protest, whatever you want to call it, and that's it. Other than that, they can all suck a fat one, because that's all they deserve to do. Most of them do, anyway. With that being said, thank you everybody who has joined us on this live stream. Again, I will put all the links to the channels that we've shown on here in the description. Thank you to Roger. I appreciate you. I think you're the only moderator in the chat today, so thank you for your time and your work. Everybody else, thank you for joining the channel today. I'm literally, because that's absolutely wiped me out, watching that video as well. Emotionally, it's worn me out, and I struggle enough physically with fatigue and ME. So I'm literally going to do this, end this stream, put the links in the description, and then I'm going to go and get some sleep for a few hours, because I'm absolutely done me in. Sad state of affairs this country is in. Absolutely horrific what people have had to go through. But thank you all for choosing PAP for your viewing pleasure today, although it wasn't necessarily a pleasure. But thank you all for joining us today. I appreciate all of you who have watched and shared and commented and got involved in the comments, even the people that I don't necessarily agree with. Thank you for your comments. I will, providing, as most people that watch this channel regularly know, I'll allow people to have their say, but if it becomes abusive to the point of YouTube striking my channel or anything like that, then we have to take action. But 99.9% of people that have been on here today has been, your comments have been fine. I've allowed them because I believe that this isn't about Tommy Robinson. So people that are against Tommy Robinson absolutely have the right to say what they think about Tommy Robinson. And none of you have actually been in the comments saying anything that could potentially get me or the channel in trouble. So fair play to you all. With that said, I'm going to go. Respect to you all. And don't forget, I am live tomorrow night on the channel at 8. We have the phone in at 8, well, from just after 8 till 10 for anybody that wants to phone in and have a chat. And then we go on the panel from around 10 o'clock till midnight. So if you're about and you want to come and join in, we don't necessarily talk about stuff like this, but we will talk about literally anything. So we might be talking about something stupid. Chances are we will be, because I've got a bottle of toffee vodka for tomorrow night. So chances are at some point during the night, we're going to just start having a laugh and having fun. And that's what it's about. But I hope to see some of you on the live stream tomorrow night. So with that said, have a good afternoon and goodbye.